Principles of design. Unity. Unity is a force operating within a design that gives it the appearance of oneness or resolution. This ensures no single part is more important than the other. When all elements are in agreement, a design is considered unified. These are examples of designs in clothes that are having a unison or unity. Balance. Objects in design carry weight just like in the physical world, but it's called visual weight. The visual weight of a design needs to have balance. It's like putting two objects on a seesaw. If one side is too heavy, the viewer's eye goes directly to the heavy part. If it's weighted with all things equal, the seesaw is perfectly suspended without either side touching the ground. Balance can be implied in size, shape, or even contrast. While it can utilize symmetry or equality, balance can also be achieved through asymmetry. This is in an example of symmetrical balance. So both sides are having designs. So like also the jacket of this man. This one is an example of asymmetrical. And also this dress. Hierarchy. One of the most important principles in design, hierarchy, is a way to visually rank your design elements. Hierarchy is not based on the design styles, but rather the order of importance. A good design leads the eye through each area in priority order. Examples of hierarchy of design. Emphasis. Emphasis can be created by size, weight, position, color, shape, and style, sometimes referred to as dominance. Emphasis might seem similar to contrast, but it's not quite the same. Contrast deals with the difference between two objects, and emphasis deals with the impact of an object. To make it a little more confusing, you can use contrast to support the emphasis of an object, like placing a solid black sphere on a white background. This is high contrast with emphasis. The viewer's eye is drawn directly to the heavy shape. So these are the examples of emphasis. Scale. Scale is the sizing of elements or a standard of measurement. It can be used in combination with other principles like emphasis to draw the viewer into a focal point and helps us make sense of designs or imagery. If something is drawn to scale, it shows an object with accurate sizing. It could be reduced or enlarged from its actual size. This creates a way to depict objects as larger than life or bring a large object down to fit on a piece. So these are the examples of this scale. So as you can see on the left side, we have the dress of a girl with a ribbon. So the ribbon is being resized into a little bit bigger. And then the feathers here on the right side are actually on its actual size. So they are designed to give emphasis on the clothes. Repetition. Repetition is the recurrence of a design element commonly utilized in patterns or textures. Repetitive elements can be used in conjunction with other principles to create a design that leads user's eye to a focal point, has continuity or flow. A repetitive element could be repeated lines, shapes, forms, color, or even design elements. Examples of repetitive or repetition. Contrast. The difference between two or more objects in a design is referred to as contrast. The difference in objects could be light and dark, thin and thick, small and large, bright and dull. Contrast is most commonly associated with readability, legibility, and accessibility, like hierarchy. The most important element in design should have the most contrast. A bright blue button on a stark white background with a lot of white space is considered as high contrast. So example of contrast of light and dark. Proportion. Proportion is the visual size and weight of elements in a composition and how they relate to each other. It often helps to approach your design in sections instead of as a whole. Example of proportion. So for your references, you may go to https://www.envisionapp.com Design Define Principles of Design. So thank you so much, and I hope you have learned something.